Welcome back, everybody,
Welcome
to
back.
Let's Talk It Out. And the partner in crime is back!
Yes.
Francesca!
I'm back. I was in Italy.
And I lost my job. Whatever.
But we missed Francesca.
Yes,
You lost
we
your
did.
job?
Well, because I replaced you.
Okay. I was like, you lost your job.
Like, what happened? No, I didn't lose. No. It would be
This
nice.
news live, like, why? Okay. Anyways, I'm back. So,
Welcome back. Welcome back.
How
thank
were
you.
you?
Very fine, relaxed.
Yeah?
Yeah, I ate so much. It was great, amazing.
I'm not jealous at all. Just to let you know, I'm not jealous at all.
Anyway, glad to be back.
Yay! I'm glad to have you back. I'm
Thank
glad to
you.
have you back. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm glad to have you back.
This is important.
Yay! So today it's another special episode of Let's Talk It Out. Because we like to talk it out with special people
No,
who
we
like to
don't.
talk it out. No, we don't.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. This is the other show.
We should call it We Talk Too Much.
Out.
It's okay. I have the mic after, Vanny.
stop.
I
Out.
have the mic after.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have a special guest on tonight.
Yeah.
And
You cannot guess who is it?
no.
Between us three.
between
Who's
us.
gonna be?
No.
I don't know.
But check the ambiance.
Wait.
What do you see?
Well,
I see art.
lots of art.
This is like, what is it, Mr. Rogers? I see art. What do you see?
Kind of
Well,
like,
come here.
we cannot guess. Like,
You
literally.
continue sweating over there. You don't worry about it.
Anyway, none of this would have been possible without.
The person to our right, Emile.
That dude.
Yes, Emile. But before we get into Emile, sorry, Emile. We have
Into
to
Emil.
No. Before you get
Oh my.
excited, Emile.
It's an artistic metaphor,
Yes.
Okay.
right?
Okay, now I'm lost. Forget Mr. Rogers.
So basically, we just have to introduce our sponsors because we do have sponsors.
We really do.
We sponsor-
Unbelievably, they trust us.
See, they trust
Thanks.
us. Yes, because we are very, very open and promotional, and we
On the
totally
ball.
appreciate.
On the
We
ball.
totally appreciate. So, our first sponsor. Actually, it's a recurring sponsor. He's one of our awesomest sponsor. That's not a word, but it is a word tonight. And it is Nettoyage Diamant.
Oh my God, these guys are amazing. They can clean whatever you want to clean.
Exactly.
Whatever.
A Nettoyage Diamant with Anthony Paterno. Guys, if you want to clean residential, commercial, closets, big spaces, small spaces, high
Could they-
spaces,
could they
low
remove
spaces.
Paint off,
Paint off of clothes, linen, floors, walls, whatever it is. It's Nettoyage Diamant, Anthony Paterno, 514-686-1581. And we have a new sponsor. A new sponsor. It's actually a broker, and it's an equipe. It's a team. So it's Cynthia Monzon and Miguel Otignano. So they specialize. They're from Remax. Very informative, very professional. Meet your needs, whatever they are, buyer, seller. You have any questions, the expertise is there. 514-299-0282. info@equipemc.ca. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Now we're going into the good stuff. Francesca.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the
Hey,
thing
you
we
always
have
have
to
to
say?
ruin the good stuff, Vanny.
No, because they let us use their place.
Yes.
It's Rose Cafe, right?
Next door to Rose, Creamery Rose.
Creamery Rose.
Yeah.
They're okay. What do you mean? It's not the same place?
Well, no, this is my place.
Well, oh, no. Obviously, but they.
And they're like around the corner, but sort of attached to us at the same time.
So one of our biggest sponsors, of course, is Emile.
Yes.
This is the Emerge Lab.
Yes.
Right here on
A
Saint
lab.
Laurent in Montreal. It's a lab. It's an art
lab.
lab,
It's
man.
a
I love it.
laboratory.
Look at those boobies behind your head, huh? Look at those. Look at that. Yeah. Oh my. I love this lab. And of course, Rose Cafe, Creamery Rose. They help us out as well. They're super nice, and
They
we
provide
thank
the
you.
coffee and desserts.
Exactly, and we thank you, by the way.
They're coming. They're on their way.
We
Awesome.
really
Oh my God.
thank you for this. It's
Thanks so
it's,
much, Em.
do we start the bromance now?
I'm very happy to help.
You're the
Thank you
best.
guys.
You're the
Thanks so
best.
much.
You're all
It's
wonderful.
awesome.
All right, now let's start. Let's get into your artwork.
It's Francesca.
So, thank you so much for having us here, Emile.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
So,
Usually it's the guest thanking the host, right? And this way.
no,
this
but
time
we
it's-
are thanking you
it's
because
the
you
opposite.
allow us to be in this great laboratory.
Everybody out.
And actually, we're kind of experimenting. You're experimenting a lot with your art.
Yes.
as you can see on your
Yes.
outfit too.
Yes, my uniform.
Exactly. But it was so interesting because besides, we said like you have a background, now you're totally into art.
Yes.
And I like the fact that on your website, for example, you define yourself the concrete artist. So can you tell us a little bit more, because probably it's about the material and
Yes.
why you like it and how you manipulate, why you pick it, and why you define yourself
Well,
with
so
that.
so basically, it all started out when I was creating faux finishes on walls, cement finishes, brick finishes for commercial clients, some residential clients, and then I loved using like these different materials, which were mainly concrete based, like an acrylic concrete base. I loved working with these materials so much that I figured, hey, let me see if this product can stick on a canvas, or if I could make it adhere onto a canvas and see what happens, see what it looks like, and then maybe I could paint the canvas, because I never liked painting directly onto a canvas or
Okay.
directly onto a flat wall. I don't like flat surfaces, as you can see. So I started this whole thing of working my concrete onto canvases, and then slowly I started incorporating imagery onto the concrete effect, and lo and behold, this is where it's taken me. And so I'll create three-dimensional murals in color, but with concrete backgrounds, concrete textures, and I do the same thing with wall art.
And how do you work the concrete? Like with your hands, with the how do you
It's
manipulate it?
usually with special tools that you would use, that any construction worker would
Okay.
use to apply concrete.
Okay.
So trowels and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll use different materials. I'll use a brush to apply cement, or I'll use a broom or a mop, or something out of the ordinary, a toilet bowl plunger, anything,
Okay.
just to create different effects.
Yeah, that's interesting.
that's
The
good.
materiality also of the surface. I
Yes.
love that. I love that
Yes.
because it gives a little bit of the dimension that comes out.
Exactly.
As you were saying, like no
Yes.
flat surfaces, but
Yes, exactly. And like, just to take this a little further, I basically what I realized in this whole process over the years is that I realized that even though like I'll create, like, let's say artificial vintage brick surfaces onto walls, I figured, why can't I incorporate this onto a canvas as well? So I started incorporating like brick effects onto
Right.
canvases, and now all of a sudden my canvas my canvases take a whole new shape now, because now it's almost as if it's a piece of wall that's cut out of an actual wall, and you've got a mural in your home as a piece of art, as opposed to it just being art,
Yeah,
like
okay.
concrete art. It's almost like a mural on a canvas.
okay, love that.
So like more of a street feel type mural,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And I started incorporating like local graffiti as well now.
Yeah, there's a bit of graffiti.
yeah,
there.
and-
Proper graffiti, I can feel, because you're taking something besides some of the characters that I've seen.
Yes.
There, it's kind of pop in the
Yeah.
sense that it's looking at the popular.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yes.
But also merging the other aspect that
Exactly.
it's like more street art and stuff. Very
Exactly.
interesting. Love it.
Another thing I like about graffiti is that graffiti right now it's becoming precious, almost like a precious metal, or a precious something that's
Yeah.
there one day and then the next day it's painted over. So for me it's almost like a miraculous thing now, because for the last, I'd say, 6 months I've been taking pictures of graffiti like a madman. All over the city is like fully draped in
Yeah.
graffiti. I mean, it's too bad for some of the store owners and stuff, but I'm just taking it in a different aspect, and I like the fact that all this graffiti gets painted over and then they start all over again. It's become like a war
Yeah.
of sorts, and so I'm creating this catalog of all this graffiti that eventually won't exist, right? It just keeps changing, and
So
So
just
I'm
to
building
keep
this-
track of them.
Yeah, and now I have all my friends that go out of town to Spain or Italy or wherever,
pictures.
and I send them on this mission, and they
All
send me
right.
pictures, and they love it, and for me, it just builds my catalog,
That's
right?
so nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, what are your biggest artistic influences?
My biggest artistic influences as like specific artists, well, Picasso is definitely one of my greatest inspirations, mainly because when Picasso started, like we all know Picasso for what he's mainly known for, the cubism, the distorted figures and the that type of look, right? I was going to get into it a little more, but I didn't know what I was going to say. Rewind. We know him for that, but as I got to understand and do a bit more research and watch documentaries on Picasso, I realized he could paint anything.
Yeah.
He could paint anything realistic. He'll be
Yeah.
able to paint us in this
In the
setting
beginning he was doing
perfectly,
that.
but he didn't want to do that. He didn't. I don't think I don't think it was challenging for him, and I sort of related to him because when I started adding imagery onto my canvases, the thing I feared the most was painting a face. So I painted my first face about 4 years ago. It was David Bowie, and I had him on my computer screen, and I was looking over and I was painting him onto a canvas, and I was keeping my fingers crossed, and I didn't know where this was gonna go, and I was so amazed with the final result that I said, wow, I know how to paint a face. It's amazing. Not freehand, but, well, it was freehand, but I had to look at something,
Okay.
which I guess most artists would do. I mean, painting a perfect face of David Bowie without any reference would be, quite fascinating. If I could do that one day, it'd be great. But, yeah, so and it's funny because I'm looking at David Bowie right there for another customer.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It
there's
wasn't
one
that
right there.
one. It was it was another one. So basically, after that, I painted a few more faces, and I was already fed up of painting faces. Like I'm not even pushing the fact that I paint faces anymore. I'm getting a little more abstract. I'm experimenting with some abstract looks and distorted figures as well. Not a la Picasso, not into cubism or anything. I just want to create something that's more of my own take.
Okay.
And I have other inspirations like Jean-Michel Basquiat. He's one of my biggest inspirations now, especially today. One of the founders of graffiti, actual street graffiti, street art graffiti, and he's another artist who I looked back at 10 years ago, and I looked through a book, and I couldn't believe, like, how is this even notorious at all? I couldn't believe it. It looked like very, very not primitive, but it looked elementary to me, and I couldn't understand it. But over the years, I learned to appreciate someone like Jean-Michel Basquiat, and he's actually a hero of mine right now. I think he's probably one of the most important artists of our lifetime, and so he's definitely another inspiration. And I like to paint him as well in more of a keeping his spirit alive, basically, with sort of like themes that he would use in his art. That's just another little aspect to what I do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's very interesting. Indeed, I was actually, I wrote Basquiat, Cy Twombly as a here. So just because they remind me a lot.
Oh, great.
So it was.
I look like him?
No, definitely not. There's a bit of difference also. Okay, so we're talking about inspiration, but there's another thing sometimes, because I know as an artist for sure, you have your point of view, and this is on your art, but also on others' artists' art. So inspiration, okay, but in your opinion, as of now, for you, what is the most overrated artist in your opinion?
The most overrated artist, in my opinion, today?
Yeah. You're allowed to say everything. You're an artist. That's...
I'll say Banksy.
Oh, really? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say he's a little overrated.
That's exactly perfect. That's really
I
like
love
it.
his stuff.
Yeah.
I just think he's a little overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more a mass phenomenon.
Yeah.
and clearly he has something to say.
Oh, he definitely has something to say, and that's what he's a very important artist.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But there's also a story behind. Is the musician? Is the guy from? Oh my God! Is actually he should be like the singer of a very famous band that. Because people has theory, no one's know who is in reality.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's like a very famous musician
Really?
from, a British band that now I really, oh my God, I'll look at it. But so Bansky
curious.
for you. Yeah,
I'm
it's very,
curious.
me too. I was like, everybody was like, oh my God, is him or is not
Wow.
him? So, and that musician didn't deny. So there's like theories around
Wow.
that. So there's a kind of like
Maybe he's liking the spotlight.
I
right
don't
now.
know. Maybe he knows him, and they kind of like play with that thing. But
Amazing.
but I love your answer. Definitely, it's really interesting. And okay, so on this, if you could choose an artist from the past, who you would like to be?
Who would I like to be an artist?
Yeah,
from the
based on
past?
his art, but also on his life, because we know that the life of the artist actually pretty much influences their work. So
Well, I'd like to pick an artist that lived a very long life.
could be an intense 20 years. Well, Basquiat was only 27 when he
Yeah,
died.
no,
so.
it's not going to be Basquiat, unfortunately. That's a really tough question. But I would have to say Picasso.
I knew it.
Well, he had
Because
lots
said
of
it
women.
Lots of women.
He produced a lot. He lived a long life.
Sorry, baby, you weren't supposed to hear that.
He lived a long life, for sure. It was a bit misogynist, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, no, totally. Yeah, he was a bit of a narcissist. Yeah, but
The smile.
Ice with arts like
That's
Picasso.
probably why the faces were so abstract, because of his personal life.
oh,
You
exactly.
never know.
Exactly.
He was hiding the truth.
Yeah.
quote unquote.
This is getting crazy, guys. Wow.
Right?
This is
Very
this is
intense.
like
Cubism.
documentary style.
Yeah.
This is
Get
intense.
into.
We're finding
This
out
may
what's
have to be
happening.
banned.
That's it. And let's talk it out.
Speaking of banning, can we drink on the show?
Of course you
Yeah.
can drink.
Oh, we
Well,
always
drink-
drink. We even got drunk. on
Do
the
we?
show,
Since
so-
Oh,
yeah, we've already been
We
having.
already
So
been
we
hammered.
did actually.
we can't get drunk on this.
No, but honestly, we did a podcast
Yeah.
Yeah.
where the
Pot-
three.
podcast.
A podcast.
Okay, because a podcast.
Podcast and a
Podcast.
podcast.
That'll be fun.
I did after, but
It's podcast. It became a podcast is after you drink
We
his
created
podcast.
words afterwards.
yeah,
That's right.
we were actually.
But we did like
It was called summer drink, so I just kept making drinks that they had to try.
Amazing.
Actually,
was
my
very
daughter
tough.
drank. My daughter was trying it, and when she got home, she's like, "Let me have it."
it was very tough. It was
fun.
very
It was
tough.
tough to
Like
get through,
I'm
but
sure.
fun.
yeah.
it's a tough job.
Actually-
One has to do it.
If
No,
you don't
right?
mind, I want to chime in because I don't know if you know, but I've worked with him. He does. This is the coolest thing that I find that he does. It's live art. So we've done events where he starts the event doing a painting, and by the end of the event,
Like action painting.
like he's actually doing the art live at an event, and
Oh,
then
nice.
that painting or that artwork gets auctioned off
That's
at
beautiful.
the end, and it's amazing. And I know he enjoys doing it.
I do. I get the butterflies when I do live art.
I know, and you prep a lot for that. I've
yeah,
seen you do
totally.
it.
Actually, Frank can attest too, right? Frank from the skirts, by the way.
Yeah.
Watching M work live as an artist is so cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it is very cool.
I'm babysitting his dog.
As he babysits my dog.
You guys cannot see how cute
That
is that
really
scene.
cute.
Like we are all here dog people. So.
Do you
Just don't
prefer
drop
it?
him.
Animals people.
Do
Animal
you
people.
prefer it live?
I love live art, but I have to say, with my last experience, I realized that it was actually a wedding whereby I was painting the bride and groom in a live situation, but I was on stage with a DJ, and the stage was somewhat like unsteady, shaking, and there were people
boy.
coming up to the DJ every 2 seconds, and the stage was shaking, and the
Offering you
lights were
grappa
like
shots?
flickering, and it's very, very, very challenging to paint someone's face, even though I'm looking at my phone or my laptop. It's very challenging, and like within an hour, I was so dizzy, my eyes were like, yeah, it wasn't working out. So I think I'm gonna avoid portraits when it comes to live art. I think I need to stick to different subjects.
Okay.
Yeah, like a naked man, penis, something.
Just take a picture of
We say
yourself.
penis?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Like
Venus.
Mapplethorpe. You can do something like Mapplethorpe instead
Oh,
of
okay.
kind of like a bit strong, but I mean,
We say pee pee caca? I love this show. Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
I need to look at whose Banksy is. Sorry, guys.
But I actually have another question.
Basque.
What is your most favorite time of day to create, or night?
Oh, there really is no. I don't have a favorite time.
Banksy.
I like to paint all the time.
But there's no block of time where you're hit with any type of inspiration.
No, especially in this situation that I'm in now. I rented this local, and I was a little concerned with the fact that there are no windows to the outside, because I love natural light, and I love looking outside. I'm a very sociable type person, but I rented this place. I have no view of the outdoors at all, and I'm so focused here. I have nothing disturbing me, nothing allowing me to deviate or distractions or anything like that. This is definitely the best place for me to work, and because there's no wind, there's no windows to the outside, right?
You get the feeling.
Doesn't get the feeling. There's
Tonight's gonna be a good night.
Yeah, right. I
Cannot
never know
find
what time it is, so that's why I say it doesn't really matter what time it is.
But in terms of a piece, will you start a piece and finish it, or do you get a block? Let's say.
Well, actually, as you can see with the size of this place, I start many pieces at the same time, and that was the goal. Because of the amount of layering that goes on in my art, I can't really start a piece and just finish it, nor do I want to.
Okay.
I like to work in bits and pieces, in layers. Like these pieces in back here these are just first initial layers, which I actually kind of like this piece now. So
It's
I love
nice.
it might be a final. So I work in bits and pieces, and I continue to layer, and I walk around sometimes with fresh cement in my hands and looking for where to apply it.
So the lady behind us, would there be anything else associated with her?
I might
Or is
add
that
I might
final?
add a second penis. I'm not sure. We'll see. Or a third boob. Not sure.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, exactly. I love the smooth finish though. It's very.
If you would kind of like define your art as of now in entirety, like the path you've been going through, would you distinguish some periods in your art,
Meaning.
like moment, like evolution
Oh.
throughout your art? Like
Yeah.
the first period was characterized by
The first period was really it wasn't even so much the concrete texture. It was more trying to. I started by creating very diffused backgrounds. That was my initial goal. I wanted to create diffused backgrounds that almost looked like vintage walls, vintage faded pieces, drips, and what have you, but not drips as we know it today. Like everybody wants to have that dripping paint on their art. I mean, like natural, like erosion,
Okay.
almost. So that's kind of the type of natural look I try to look for, and that was a period where I was just like they were mainly flat surfaces, and I was just playing with color. I'm horrible at color, by the way. Bless you. Not even sure who that was.
Salud!
Bless you.
Salud!
Was he invited? So, love you, bro. So, so that was a period where I actually didn't even know what I was gonna do. I just knew I wanted to create art. It was that phase of when I was actually creating walls. He's still sneezing. I was creating walls, and then I needed to figure out what I was going to do artistically on a canvas. So I looked up pictures on my computer. I looked for pictures that looked like decaying concrete and eroding concrete, and I started emulating these looks with paint. And so that was a phase. Okay. That was a period. It didn't last too long because then I got bored with that and I wanted more.
Okay.
I liked the looks. They were very contemporary, and I might actually go back to it. It's something that I may go back to as another avenue. But then I got into the actual concrete onto canvas. That was another phase. Applying imagery onto the concrete. Which was that phase, and then now creating this whole mural type of situation with graffiti, again with imagery. This is the new phase that I'm in now, and I'm really enjoying this period.
Okay, nice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is an integral part? I didn't
We
even
do drink on that.
I didn't even
The
drink.
reading and writing class served me well.
You know what's funny? English is my forte. Imagine that.
Not tonight.
Not anymore.
Madonna.
I'm just kidding.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day.
Head for
It's
you.
been a long day. So, what is the main part when it comes to the work of an artist? See?
Alcohol.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can you expand on that, please?
Yes, I could actually. It's not alcohol. It's a zero-free wine.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Well,
the
say the story. Say the story if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Okay, so I'm the
Great.
ambassador for this wine
Oh, really?
in
Okay.
Quebec. Yeah, it's called Vin Zero. The distributors are in Toronto. They make this fabulous wine that I discovered after I stopped drinking 4 years ago.
Okay.
And that's when my artistic career really started hitting rock bottom. No, I'm kidding. That's when things really started taking off. I became more focused.
Okay.
I stopped drinking alcohol, and I made this friend. This became one of my new best friends. Not that I'm addicted to this.
Can I add? Can I add that like I did a few gigs with you and they're fucking boring now.
Real boring now, right? You're the only one drinking.
This fucking juice over here. No,
Did
it's
you
pretty
just
good.
cuss?
What's that?
Did you just cuss?
Yes, I did. We're allowed. I keep cussing all the
It'll
time.
cost you.
It's good.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a great alternative to drinking wine, and I realize that if I'm out with friends and stuff, I don't need the buzz. I don't look for the buzz. I just want to have a glass of wine with my
Yeah.
friends.
Quick
and-
bromance moment. I'm proud of you, bro. Honestly,
Yeah.
I saw
Thanks.
you go through it. I'm proud
Thanks,
of you,
bro.
But
Thank you.
honestly,
Thank you.
I applaud it.
Yay!
I applaud it.
All my supporters are here from the group.
Yeah.
It's a non-alcoholics anonymous group.
I think we polished a bottle of bourbon, but
So,
So what was the initial question before I?
Before I say the
Segued.
word, I'm going to say, what is the main part?
no, è vero, qual è stato?
I was saying my
dove
question is
siamo
number 4.
partiti?
Number 4 on my paper.
we were trying to figure out how to say
the word integral.
Integral.
Yes.
There you go. I don't want to cuss, but you know what's coming.
Yeah.
So what is the main focus when it comes to work as an artist? What is the most important aspect when it comes to being an artist?
Oh yeah, that's how.
The most important.
That's where we were.
I'm not sure. All I know is that I'm just having fun and I like doing it, but I'm not sure what the most important aspect is. I mean, you want to convey a message, maybe. I try to convey messages, and I will convey more messages in the future. I'm not sure if I will do it in by means of actual words or imagery. I actually did start incorporating transgender imagery into my art, into my installations as well, because I think we're all headed into this direction now of diversity and what's the other word?
Integral.
No, she's stuck on that word.
Fluidity.
Yes,
This
exactly.
is such a posh podcast.
I thought you were saying diversity in Italian. I was going to say, no, it's the same word. So, I like where things are going. I mean, I think it's important that anyone could be what they want to be. It's a little scary, the thought of it. And I think for the older generation as well, it's a little scary, everything that they're seeing today. But, hey, it's... you can't stop it, and it's this is what's going on, and we need to embrace it.
Well, you said something about messages.
Yes.
So what is your message?
My message is, hey, be.
Hey?
My message is, hey, hey. My message is be what you want to be. Be who you want to be.
Did it start off that way, or did it develop into that?
No, it started off that way.
And
now I'm starting to diversify, not myself, but starting to diversify my art into incorporating more diversity. And I think it's important to send these messages. Racism is also another big thing for me. I've been trying to think of ways to incorporate like anti-racism messages into my art, and I actually thought of something today, and you might start seeing it in the future. And I actually saw a rainbow this morning, a real full-fledged rainbow in front of me, and I thought, why are all these colors in a rainbow? And I thought, oh wow, it's in line with pride and gay, lesbian, transgender, and all of that, right? And then I thought, how about a black and white rainbow that can represent like maybe anti-racism, black, white, and every other color in between. So I might start incorporating these black and white, neutral-esque type of grays and stuff in a rainbow, and I might make that a signature in some future art.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool.
That's very interesting.
Did I answer your question?
I'm not really sure, but
I'm
it was
not sure
integral.
either. Right?
It was an integral moment.
Yeah,
Everybody's like, wow.
In order to integrate this integral moment.
Word of the day.
When you were, before you were talking about, of course, the message against racism, you were saying like how important it is actually as a message to tell the people to be who they really are. No?
Yeah.
But was it like also, did it start as a necessity for yourself, or just as a message you want to give to the other?
It's not even just a message I want to give. It's something that I practice and I believe in.
Okay.
And I always had a problem with racism my whole life, and today more than ever. I think things are getting better, but we're still very primitive, We're still far from where we need to be, and I think the whole diversity direction is going to help open all of that up in the future.
So what do you think your legacy would be?
A legacy that I appeared on this show.
Exactly.
Vin Zero,
Everybody.
and let's talk it out.
Everybody has. This is everybody's legacy. We want to know yours.
I just want to continue making fun art that makes me happy, and hopefully make people happy with it. And if I go down in history, that way as someone that made people happy through his art, hey, that's a great legacy for me.
That's true.
That's
very
enough of a
commendable.
legacy for me.
I see spots. I see your face all spotted.
Oh
because of
yes,
that, but
sorry,
it's commendable.
it's my makeup.
That's right.
Get the makeup crew.
Guys,
Your song.
we're here. We need a retouch.
Oh, you're talking about my zits?
I was like, what?
That came out of left field. And
Right?
I'm like,
And they don't know how to respond.
I really
Right?
don't know how to respond to that.
I told you I was gonna leave them speechless.
You know what's funny? I act. I'm normally on the ball, and
Like you know what you're talking about.
That just totally sidetracked me. Of course,
Right?
You can say
Put it here. High five.
She loves to talk it out.
And I like. See, why not?
Dude, I
So-
can tell you that I've never seen you happier. And that's to
You've
me.
never seen me
'cause
happy. I've
we're
never seen you
here.
happy either.
No, I don't mean like now. I don't mean like he has a fucking
Wait, did I
gonna
hear
say
this
something
correctly? Did you say you've never seen me happy?
happier in
Oh,
your
happier.
life. I've seen you.
Yeah,
go through
I
those
understood.
moments.
I never
Listen.
seen you happy.
Listen.
Yeah.
Happier.
I said, my God,
That's the
never seen
bourbon.
him
Yeah, that's the bourbon
That's the
talking.
bourbon talking.
Look,
that's really sad. Like,
I gotta say, besides the fact that I'm surrounded by good people, great friends, some old friends,
Yes.
the outskirts,
Yeah.
woo!
my kids,
Where's Simba?
hi Bree, and Lara, my dogs. I think my girlfriend, Martine, I gotta give her a shout out. She makes me like tremendously happy, and she came into my life at a time where I was maybe a year into my sobriety, and like we're such a team together. I mean, she helps me build this stuff, not physically, but she'll give me ideas in color, and she'll support me, and she'll allow me to stay here in my man cave. No, she'll allow me to stay here for hours on end. I mean, I'll be gone for 12, 14 hours at a time, and I'm just working, and she supports that fully. And you know, I gotta say
That's
that makes
nice.
me
That's
really happy.
That's
Awesome.
important.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah, the support system is very important, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for everybody.
know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have it, well, you know, you...
Plus, I mean, say the
Your
truth.
friends.
You moved in, right?
Yes.
And now we're neighbors.
Yes.
Not that I came over for a barbecue yet, but it's coming.
Right?
It's coming. I
We're
mean,
getting
if
rid of
the-
our barbecue, by the way.
There you go, it's not coming.
What's that?
It's not coming.
we, actually,
We're doing everything possible not to host anymore. COVID was great for a
I
lot of
taught
things.
you well, didn't I?
COVID taught us that. Thanks,
But I've
COVID.
never seen you more by taking a walk.
Yes.
right?
What?
We bump into each other
Do we?
all the time.
Never.
He doesn't even know.
Never. That wasn't me.
That's it. I'm editing this. I'm cutting you out. It's just gonna be your voice.
Oh wait, that was you. In the underwear.
Yeah.
What were you doing in the underwear in the middle of the
No,
street?
do you really want to know that, Francesca?
No, I don't want to know. Don't answer.
Looking for
COVID
me.
was lonely. COVID
Looking
was
for his bro.
looking for his bro. Not my brother. That's it.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Anyway, just another artistic question. An artistic skill that you would like to steal to someone?
An artistic skill
Yeah.
that I would like to steal
Yeah,
from someone.
yeah. Artist, probably.
An
Yes.
artistic skill that I would like to steal from someone. Can I borrow it or I have to steal it?
Bah, if you want to borrow it, yeah. You're allowed to.
I like stealing actually. Let me think. An artistic skill that I would, like an idea,
An idea or a technique or a...
technique.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. It's hard to say because I incorporate a lot of different disciplines in my art. So it's kind of hard for me to say. But I admire a lot of different artists, and I admire their techniques, their different techniques.
Two. Then I'll give you two. You have the chance of taking two.
Okay.
So
You're so generous.
I'm so
You're
generous. I could be a very generous goddess. Like,
I found it hard with one skill. Now you just made it harder. So I don't know how generous that is.
I thought I was like being generous.
No, you're being very rude. Okay. So two skills that I would like to steal. This could take. Well, how long is this episode?
We got about 20 minutes. So
Well,
that's
a
more than
week.
20.
We have a
It
week.
might take about
week.
19 minutes to figure this out. That's a tough question. Two techniques I would like to
See, if you were drinking bourbon, you'd get that answer pretty quick.
I would say it's really tough to say. Two techniques I would like to steal.
Could be something you admire in a specific artist.
I admire. Because again, I'm using a lot of techniques. I'm doing stenciling. I'm doing sponging. I'm doing like a lot of times I don't even work with a paintbrush. A lot of my stuff is painted with like this piece in back of you here. There's not a single paintbrush used in this piece. It's all painted with a sponge. Different thicknesses, obviously, and my fingers actually. But getting back to your question,
Or an idea.
an idea.
You said no, like an idea, something like a way of using the canvas, or something that has been portrayed in a way that was unconventional.
Yeah. Look, I'll actually say this. There's an artist, a very popular artist called Shepard Fairey, and I like his whole style. He's got a unique style, and his messages are very, very strong and very clear and concise. I like that. All his lines are very streamlined, very clean, clear cut. His pieces are very symmetrical. There's a lot of symmetry involved. I guess I would maybe want to try to incorporate some of that eventually in the future, but I'm not ready right now.
Okay.
Because it's very graphic oriented.
Different.
What else? As a secondary technique, I would say, could I just say something that I admire that I
Yeah.
wouldn't use?
Yeah.
I think artists that use oil paints
It's very
are
hard.
quite talented.
Uh-huh.
And my mom being one, actually, she
Oh,
actually
okay.
paints still life, and she uses oil paints, and
It's crazy
it's
difficult.
quite remarkable. Yeah. And she's somewhat fascinated with the way I work with household paints, because that's what I use. But I'm fascinated with what she uses. But I couldn't really use oil paints with concrete. It wouldn't
One
work.
match.
Yeah, it's just it's way too different, and I wouldn't get that organic feel like I'm
Okay.
getting with household paints.
Okay. Thank you. It's interesting.
So what's your biggest challenge as an artist now?
My biggest challenge as an artist now is trying to outdo myself,
How so?
because I'm always trying to better myself. That's always my biggest challenge.
Okay.
And I'm almost like I'm in a race with myself. I challenge myself. I look at other artists, but I don't look at other artists, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
I don't compare myself to other artists. Sometimes I will, because for example, this David Bowie that's right there.
Yeah.
I haven't posted it yet. I finished it last week, but I noticed this other artist that I know in the UK who posted something similar. I guess he found the same image and painted it, and he made his very glitzy and very shiny, and there was a lot of resin and stuff, and I was jealous for a second, and I thought, wow, his is better than mine, or nicer than mine. But as I looked at my piece, I realized that what I'm trying to do is not that. I'm not looking for the glitz and the glam. I'm looking for something that looks more organic. Again, using concrete, using household paints, which aren't that vibrant. Diffused colors, diluted paint with water, so I can create different effects with the concrete, so it marries properly. So I realized at that moment that I'm really not jealous. I admired.
Yeah.
I think that was the word I was looking for. I admired his piece, but I realized I'm not here to compete with anybody. I just want to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
And what I need to do is create art daily, non-stop, until the day I die.
Nice.
Love
well,
that.
that's a very nice way of approaching it, especially when it comes to something that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Because there are people that would take a break once in a while.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
They think, oh my God, I've hit a standstill that I have to wait and just rethink and recharge and what I want to do. But you're just full throttle going ahead.
I'm full throttle, but I know what that is. That happens when you're doing one piece at a time. And when and it depends on your environment. If you're working on one piece at a time and your environment only allows you to work on one piece because you work on an art easel and you have one easel,
Yeah.
and you bought one canvas to work on and you bought the colors that are going to go with that painting, it's easy to fall into a rut, and to get out of it may take a lot of work and a lot of focus and a lot of concentration, or a lot of walks, or a lot of meditation, or what have you. But in my case, whereby I've surrounded myself with art everywhere, all over this space, there's no reason for me to stop.
Okay.
And it's when I stop for whatever reason, let's say there's an emergency or I got injured or what have you, and I take a break, or I'm working on a wall for 2 weeks somewhere, it's coming back into the art and into the lab and working. It may take me a few days before I get back into it.
Okay.
And that's kind of normal, because you need to find your drive in order to,
Yes.
find your mojo, for lack of a better word, in order to get back into the rhythm.
Yeah.
But this is why I don't like to break the rhythm, and I like to keep working, and I like to just keep doing,
Oh,
because
makes perfect sense.
yeah.
So, I think it's game time.
Game time.
Game time.
Oh my.
Game time.
Oh my.
Game time.
Game time.
So, are you gonna read the questions?
What's the game called?
It's called Rapid Response.
There you go. You know why I say that? Because I have to put the title on the screen. Rapid response. As you say, rapid response. See? Crazy.
That's so
very
cool.
good.
Wait, can I
That's
take a
very
rapid
good.
sip of my drink?
That's it. Take a rapid sip. It's all yours.
Vin Zero, Hill Street Beverage and Company. Hill Street Beverage Company. I think I'm drunk. Hill Street Beverage Company.
It's integral.
So it's basically question and answer. You have a few seconds to answer. Rapid response. And Lisa and Francesca will start this one.
Okay.
Yes.
All right?
I
So-
have the questions here, but
Oh, I just saw
wanna
the
look-
answer.
Hey, that's not fair.
That's-
Lisa and
never fair.
Francesca.
Yes.
Name 3 celebrity crushes. Lisa first. Yep.
Robert Downey Jr., Brad Pitt, and Leo DiCaprio.
Wait a minute. What about the people on the Licombari show? What the fuck?
What was the question?
Stefano
it's
Vanni.
Alfie and
Alfie e
Louis.
Carlo. Oh, Lui. Yeah.
There you go. I personally
Francesca,
like Simba.
your crush.
Michael J. Fox. I love them. 50 Cent.
Fitty.
Fitty.
Michael J. Fox, 50 Cent. And then who I had on my Bon Jovi?
Oh, Bon Jovi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, sorry.
Your celebrity crush.
Look at that.
Want to make out again?
That's so cutie.
There's a new meaning to the word tonguing.
Okay, what is going on there? All right.
Don't worry.
Okay, so let's see.
This is
M,
Simba, the shop
Name
dog.
3 things you can cover in chocolate.
Martine. That's
His
my
girlfriend.
His girlfriend. Huh?
That's awesome.
Cover in chocolate. A canvas.
All right.
Yeah.
And someone's card, just for fun.
Lots of chocolate.
Strawberries
That's a lot
don't
of
work.
chocolate. That's a lot of wasted Nutella.
Okay, that was pretty easy. All right.
It looks so
Wait, can I
good.
Sorry, I'm a bit.
Can I
I'm a bit.
change the last one?
Yes.
My toes. Covered in chocolate.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to
Did
take
I say that out loud?
Yes, you
Wait,
did.
was
Yes,
this
you
recorded?
did. Yes, you did. Whatever.
did.
You did already, so it's okay.
All right,
okay.
Lisa and Francesca, name 3 things you can take to the beach.
Me? Okay, my towel, the umbrella,
Yeah.
and the cream for the sunscreen.
Oh, okay. Lisa.
La crema.
La crema,
La
crema solare.
Yes. Glasses, my music, and a book.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, see?
Boring. M, name 3
Oh, wait,
things.
why don't I get the same question?
Oh, you want them? Okay,
Yeah.
name 3 things you can take to the beach because they're boring questions.
Yeah,
She
my
asked
Speedo.
herself boring questions. Your Speedo.
My Speedo.
Okay.
It's the
Speedo.
swimsuit.
It's the one that shows.
Everything.
It's more like a G-string.
It's whatever. It is what it is.
But it says
It's more
Speedo. It has a
revealing
logo. It
than
has
a
a logo.
G-string. It's more revealing.
Actually, I don't like that question. Give me my question.
All right. Name 3 things that you can't resist.
My woman.
Oh, good one.
Huh? My family. My whole family.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And
That is
my
so
and my
cute.
artistic, my art, my artistic life.
That's amazing. That's,
That's so nice.
awesome.
Can I quote Oscar Wilde, who said, "I can resist everything except temptations"? That was so nice.
That's good. That's good.
Okay. Name.
He's gonna have a heart
who's-
attack.
yeah. I'm
Van
losing
is
it.
gone,
Yeah,
by the
things are
way.
going- This is the
You
worst
guys-
time for this game, by the way. FYI. Okay, name 3 items you can't live without. Lisa and Francesca.
You want to go first or me?
Unfortunately, my iPhone.
I was gonna say that.
Unfortunately, it's just because I use it for work stuff, and now I like it's crazy. Another thing that I can live with, music.
Uh-huh.
In every song, and like that's why I use also my phone, because when I walk, I use it. So it's literally very, very important. Well, it's not a thing, but my dog. It's not a thing though.
Well,
But
It's a living
Yeah.
thing.
it's
a living
something.
thing. It works. It
So,
works.
I was gonna say my daughter, but she's not a thing. Although when she becomes one of those
monster.
moods,
She's a thing.
she's the thing.
She's becoming the
The
thing.
thing.
We all know that. We all
3
know that, Chestnut. Oh, sorry, go on.
3 things that I can't live without. Was that my question? I gone.
3 things you can't live without.
3 things I can't live without. I don't really know.
Guys, sorry. Can I just a comment?
Yeah.
I would love to film Stefano
Yeah,
now,
Right now?
I know, right
because
now.
the expression that he's doing is like.
It's because I want to kick every camera right
I
now.
know, I
'Cause
can
it's the
tell.
worst time. I'm trying to read the questions while I'm fixing this, and I'm seeing things happen.
So
and I
just
wanna
give somebody
smash
a
it.
question.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
He's ready.
It's all good.
He wants to.
What was the
come
question
back.
again? I don't know. I don't even
3
know.
things you cannot
You
live
cannot
Oh
without.
live
yeah,
without.
that's right. That's
3
right.
things I can't live without. I can't live without my car, because I'm not a metro. Honestly, I'm not a metro. Oh my god. Okay, so I can't live without my car. What can't I live without? Yeah, my phone. I have to say my phone too. It's an Achilles heel to be without my phone.
I think
I
that-
cannot live without my kitchen. I love to bake and I love to cook.
Oh, that's right.
So I
That's
cannot
nice.
live without my kitchen.
So basically, you could do without your clothing, right?
Well,
You need your clothes, right?
I do.
But
In
it's not
winter.
important.
But when
Your
you're
kitchen
alone
comes
in a
first.
house,
Yeah,
it
you don't need
doesn't
clothing.
take precedence.
Right.
Food takes precedence.
Right.
There you go.
Okay, Em, this one's for you.
Yes.
Name 3 items you always buy too much of.
Oh, too much of.
This is so cute.
Jeez. Where do you get these questions? Too much of.
Me.
I buy too much of. I don't buy anything really. I'm a miser. I send my girlfriend shopping. Oh, S cookies. I always buy
nice.
too much. I don't buy enough S cookies.
Brought them to my house.
Did I? I bring him everywhere I go. I bring him. I bring him to this. Okay, S cookies.
take a
What
picture.
else? What else? I buy too much coffee.
Yeah, but that's not a
I
not
know,
a
but
problem.
you don't understand. I have like a lot of different coffees here, which I don't even know if I'll ever drink them all. And it's because I continuously experiment with the different tastes, and so I do buy too much coffee. I've invested thousands and thousands of dollars
you should do
coffee.
art in
last
coffee.
week.
You should do art in coffee.
I thought of that. I thought of that.
see?
I thought of that.
Edible art.
It was an organic phase that I was in before I started doing art, and I was actually going to Starbucks locations and getting their leftover grind that they were actually throwing out, but they were actually giving out to people.
Yeah.
And I collected and collected, and it just got moldy and moldy,
Aw.
and yeah. Then I gave up. Yeah, mold scares me. So coffee, S cookies, and what else do I buy too much of? Gasoline.
Oh yeah.
So I'm giving people rides everywhere, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rising prices don't help either.
Ner.
It's okay. I'll read the other
That's
question.
it.
Mandy,
No,
don't
that's
worry
it.
about
We're done. We're done with the
That's it?
questions. Yeah.
Oh my god. I
Do you
thought it
guys
was more
have
than
any
that.
questions?
The studio audience.
I want to add something. Years ago, I would have said you bought a lot of vodka.
Yes. Yes.
And now you don't anymore, and that's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I remember
awesome.
your old apartment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No M.
Thanks. Thanks.
I don't remember much because I was.
Yeah, I know. I remember Em's old apartment.
Can I? Is it bad if I say that one story?
No, go ahead.
It's the one story where you
ahead.
actually fell asleep playing.
Yes. Frank has one of those too.
There.
I think everyone I've ever played with has one of those stories. What a great way to close this show. On a high.
But You know what? Very peacefully.
Listen, I
Steven's a good
have
guy.
no shame, zero shame. I have no regrets for anything I've ever done in my life. Even playing with Frank, I don't regret it. And Ray. Yeah. So listen, go ahead.
We're
Go
all
ahead, roast me.
No, at all, dude. We're all happy, like super proud because
Thank you.
Yeah.
you really did a good number on
Thank you.
on your life, honestly.
Totally. I
180.
yeah, 180.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
360 would mean I'd be drinking again, right?
You'd be right back there.
180.
It's just 180.
Yeah.
So where do you
Thanks,
see?
guys. So what was your question?
Um,
You had a question. Like, can I say the story you were saying?
Oh yeah, say it. Say the story.
No, I don't know
He's
what the
asking
story
you to
is.
say it.
That was the
Which
story
story?
when you fell
But
asleep.
you said, can
Oh,
I
that I
say
fell
a
asleep.
story?
No, yeah.
I thought you were gonna expand on that. That's
No,
it.
no,
I
no,
fell
no, it was
asleep.
the best story.
I was tired.
I was tired. Yeah.
The end.
He was more than tired.
Actually, with Frank one time, we actually performed. I think we performed a few sets of music, but I don't remember anything past song number 2. So the day after, I think I texted him at 5 in the morning because I ended up in bed and I don't even know how I got there. And I texted him, I'm like, "Yo, brother, can you just name 5 songs that we played last night? Because I have no fucking clue." And he's like, "Oh, I was wondering why you were kind of like behind the beat all the time." I don't even remember being there. True story. True story.
That's funny.
But
Dude,
then
I
I
look-
apologized to the people that were at the event
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there was a private party, and they're like, "We thought you guys were amazing." Well, yeah, that's why I'm checking up. You
Yeah,
know?
making sure you
just-
knew it. And look now, look at this beautiful artwork all around the room.
Yeah.
You got your own lab.
you.
It's
Thank
a lab.
It is a lab. It's where I do my work.
Amazing.
Thank you.
What's next?
What's
Yeah,
next?
what's next?
Like on the
Artistic side.
artistic side, more arts. My event.
Yes,
Oh,
plug
yes.
the event. Sweet.
Thank
Thanks-
goodness for ya.
Thanks, Brianna Marie Vidmar, daughter of mine.
Marketing and
genius,
business,
Muse
not-
Media.
Yeah. What's it? Sorry, plug that. What?
Yeah, at Muse Media.
At
At
Muse?
Muse Media. Muse Media.
Muse Media.
Yeah, social networking queen.
Sweet.
Yes.
Nice.
Amazing.
Social network marketing queen.
Nice.
Genius.
That's what I had in my notes. Genius, Greek genius. So yeah, so I have an event coming up with 2 other artists. The event's called 333. We're 3 artists, 3 different venues, happening on 3 different days.
Oh, cool.
And the nifty part is that it's all in the same week, so no one has an excuse not to come unless they're away that week. Then that excuse actually, you know, is a good excuse.
Valid.
Valid. So basically, the event starts here on Monday, October 17th. So this entire place will be the whole front of the building will be transformed into a gallery, into the laboratory here. It'll be completely transformed. There will be art from myself, Flavia Trinci, which is a local artist from Montreal, and Paco Vaillancourt from out in Rawdon. All amazing artists, and we kind of complement each other, and we like each other, and so we'll be featuring art together here for the first time, the 3 of us together, and that art will be continuing into this tunnel of art, which is going to lead us into the Rose Cremerie Cafe, where there will be a DJ and
Nice.
Oh,
and
cool, huh?
some drinks, some 0 alcohol drinks, some alcohol-based drinks, some snacks, some treats. And then after that, on October 20th, Thursday, October 20th, we will be at the Hampton Gallery in NDG. Again, the same 3 artists bringing our art there. Same type of thing. There will be a DJ. It's going to be a fun event from 4 to 9. The one on Monday is 4 to 9 as well. And then on Friday, the mini tour ends at the Chez Swan Hotel downtown Montreal, whereby our art will be exhibited on Friday, October 21st. There will be a nice event going on there from 4 to 9. with a DJ again. But this time our art will be staying up on the walls for an entire month.
No,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
And so we're really, really excited about that. And after that month, I get to curate all the art that goes onto the walls into this hotel on a 2 to 3 week basis. Basically, I'll be flipping
curate.
artists every 2 to 3 weeks. So any artists listening out there want to be a part of this, contact me and at emerge.3, and I'll gladly display your art at Hotel Chez Swan.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's so nice.
And will any of this art be up for sale?
It's all up for sale.
Oh.
Everything's up for sale. Even this guy's up. This guy's not for sale.
No, that's terrible.
This is
I'll
Simba,
take
by the
him.
way.
I will take him. Yeah,
I'll
that's
take
what I
him.
said. Okay.
Simba's a little camera shy. Hey,
No.
Simba, you
Look
camera
at
shy?
that face.
You camera
Look
shy?
at-
He's my cat. He's actually a dog, but he's my cat.
It's a face.
Actually, I can't bring him home because my two boxers will probably say lunch.
Lunchtime.
Well, actually, no, one of them. One of them. The other one would probably just play with him like he's a toy. Yeah, he would probably chase him down.
Hey, he can hold his own. He's
Really?
an alpha male.
Yeah, I have two boxers.
Yeah. He plays with a Rottweiler full time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not so bad then, eh? That's not so bad.
So
So
what-
Go, go, go.
Don't say we're done.
No,
I was just
Francesca
getting
has a
started.
question for
Okay.
you.
No, I wanted to know where people can find you.
Oh, where they can find me?
Like
in the
website,
socials?
social.
Yeah, so I've got a brand new website that Muse Media put together. It's so basically the website is emilevidmar.com, EMILEVIDMAR.com, or mvidmar.com, which is emvidmar.com, or you can find me on Facebook under Emile Vidmar or Emerge, and on Instagram, my Instagram tag is emerge.3.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Dot as in the dot, not the word dot.
Like in period.
Some people write the word dot,
Really?
Really?
not dot. Really?
my
You
God.
never know.
Oh,
see?
really? Yeah.
Right?
Never stop learning, huh? Cool.
Yes.
Imagine that. Hi, it's like this is a dot. Da, 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 da. How come it's not working? It's bouncing back. I don't know. You're a winner. So we'd like to thank you, Emile.
Well,
Thank you
for
thank you, girls. Thank you,
allowing us-
ladies. Thank you.
Yeah, for allowing us to film here.
You guys are welcome to use this space any time of the day.
See that? See what nice is, Vanny?
If I have like 20 of my family members here,
Oh, for supper.
Yeah,
as long
we're
as I'm
cool.
invited.
we're cool.
Yeah,
You just have
for
to bring the food. Don't worry. Nothing major. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I just have to bring the food.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Of course, I wouldn't have it any
Convenient.
other way.
The place
right?
and the food.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
yeah.
I thought there's
That was
Makes
Stefano,
sense.
by the way. I'll be interviewing him one day.
Yes.
I'm going to be
Right,
interviewing
that's
your
right.
ass.
But
We
let's,
do
let's
the
give the
reverse
plug here.
podcast.
Let's
The-
give the plug of what happened tonight, because tonight's a special moment. Now,
Oh, tonight's very
because
special.
on my podcast, which is Sessions
bring
with
these guys
Steph,
in.
Section.
section
Section
Sex
with
what?
stuff.
session with Steph.
That's the bourbon.
Yeah. So M's old band is I'm interviewing
Well, wait, maybe
M's
it's
old
not
band.
M's old band.
Or no,
maybe
it's
Frank's
it's
old
the band that M used to play with.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
yeah.
Ray's
band-
old band.
It's the band that M used to play with.
There we go.
And they were called the Outskirts back in the day. But now, because M's not there, I would imagine. I mean, you're going to hear more on the story. Check out Sessions with Steph, of course. They're called the Skirts. And so now you're going to get to hear them. And so we had M on Let's Talk It Out and the Skirts on mine all on the same night. And it's a party. So,
Yep.
yeah.
It's a reunion.
It's
It's
a reunion of
It's
sorts.
Right.
like
That's
it's crazy.
right.
It was
Great job,
bustling.
by the way, guys.
Origin stories.
Love this. Love the new stuff.
Yeah, it is great.
Love it.
We love you.
Aw, I love you
Oh,
back.
there's just so much love.
I love
in
you
it.
more.
We love Simba.
Aw, he loves you too. Wait, he
Yeah,
wants
I
me to scratch his butt.
I love
So
you.
much love.
Scratch your butt.
Oh my god. I don't want to leave. Okay,
Peace
so
out.
honestly, guys, we had a blast.
Yes, we did. We do.
Yeah.
We always do.
Yes, very informative, and I'd like to thank once again our sponsors because our
Sponsors are great. You guys rock.
Cynthia Monzon and Miguel Otignano. Remax Brokers, Equipe. Info at equipemc.ca. Guys, Rive Sud, if you're in the area, that's their specialty area buyers, sellers. They are the ones that are able to give you the most information for you, especially as well as if you're a first-time buyer. They're very reliable and professional. 514-299-0282. And Nettoyage Diamant, Thank you, Anthony, again. Anthony Paterno. He's our long-standing sponsor, and we totally appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes. 514-686-1581. Guys.
It's been a blast.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Emile. Thank you, Simba.
Clap to us.
Thank you, Stefano. Thank you, Skirts. Thank you, Francesca. Thank you to everybody, everything. I love them all.
Thank you, Simba.
Thank you, Simba.
Thank you, Simba. You're the star of the show.
Always.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Till the
you.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.